Welcome to your very own private yoga session. So let's start on our back. Come all the way down, whether it be on the mat or on a carpet, and just make yourself comfortable. Your legs could be long, your knees could be bent, maybe the soles of the feet are together, your knees are falling open. But wherever you are, relax your shoulder blades down, close your eyes, and just start to breathe. Long, full inhales, long, full exhales. And if it's okay with you, try to cultivate the breath in and out through the nose the whole time. And as you inhale, breathe in past the base of the lungs into the low belly, and let the low belly rise and fall. After you fill the low belly with breath, bring that next bit of breath out through the ribs. So you have this expansion, low belly drawing up, ribs drawing out, and then exhaling all the way out. Slowly bring your knees all the way in towards your chest. Give them a nice hug. You can hold on top of your shins or on top of the hamstrings underneath the knees. Press the low back down into the mat. Soften your shoulder blades down as well. And then gently draw the knees towards your chest. Breathing in and breathing out. Starting to release the top of the hip flexors. Softening a bit more through the low back. And as you exhale, bring the soles of the feet down to the mat. Cross the right ankle over the left knee. And first we're going to twist to the right. So gently draw your knees over towards your right, rolling on the inner edge of the left foot. And you're going to get to a point where you feel it through the outer left hip, maybe through the left glute, and possibly down the left leg. But when you get to where you're going, relax your shoulder blades down. You could even extend your left arm out to the left and your right arm out to the right. So you're opening across the chest and through the back at the same time. Breathe. So here in these twists, I want you to breathe into where you feel it. Keep extending long through the low belly. Full deep inhale and full deep exhale. And allow gravity to draw the knees down towards the floor on your exhale. Soften anywhere you're holding tension, your eyebrows, your jaw, down through the low back. Inhaling, knees come back to center. And exhale over to the left, rolling on the outer edge of the left foot. The furthest you're going to go is the sole of the right foot coming down to the mat. Okay. Make sure that right knee is drawing straight up towards the sky. Relax your shoulders, let the shoulder blades soften down. Breathing in and breathing out. Don't forget about the breath. This thing we call yoga is no more than mindful breathing. So when yoga started, it was really difficult for people to just sit still and breathe. That was the whole practice. And because of that, they added these movements and postures in order to kind of get our minds off of everything else going around so we could focus on the breath. So this is just a very mindful way of opening the body, using the breath to quiet the mind and relax everything else. As you inhale, draw everything all the way back up. Bring the right knee in towards your chest. Extend your left leg long, so you're holding on to the right knee alone. Pause here. Try to stretch the sole of that left foot away from you. Then holding on with your right hand, open the right knee and chin over to the right. We're going to open this hip up. Anchor the left hip down. Breathe in and breathe out. And then after you exhale, twist. We'll bring the right knee across the body, drawing it all the way over, holding on now with the left hand. And extend your right arm out to the right. You can keep your gaze straight up towards the sky, or you could rotate your head over to the right if that feels good. So we're looking for extension. Yeah, we're twisting. We're releasing the low back. We're releasing through the glute and the hamstring. But we're also trying to soften the hips and soften the shoulder blades at the same time. So we feel it in the back with the twists, especially ones like this, but the twist is happening through the mid-thoracic, the middle of the spine. So there's a lot of space coming across the chest. Take one more full breath. And inhale, right knee all the way back up. And exhale, release it out. Just notice how your legs feel. Notice how the hips feel. When you're ready, we'll switch sides. Bend your knees across the left ankle, over the right knee. We're going to start by twisting to the left. So draw everything over to the left, the lower body, rolling on the inner edge of the right foot. And as soon as you cannot twist anymore, that's as far as you're going to go. And then from here, soften the shoulder blades. Relax the shoulders down. Your arms could extend out to either side. Breathe in from the crown of the head all the way down to the base of the spine. Soften your jaw. Soften your eyebrows. Inhaling, knees come back to center. Exhale over to the right, rolling on the outer edge of the right foot. Possibly the sole of that left foot comes down. If that's the case, make sure your left knee is pointed straight up towards the sky. Broaden across the chest, soften the shoulders, and find your breath. Long, deep inhale. Long, deep exhale. Last full inhale. Last full exhale. Inhale everything back to center. Extend the right leg long. Draw the left knee in towards your chest and hold on wherever you want. On top of the shin, on top of the hamstring. Now pull it in, but extend the sole of the right foot away from you. You're going to start releasing the front or the top of the hip flexors. Breathe fully. And then exhale, open the left knee and shin over to the left. Just as far as it's going to go. It doesn't have to go far. We're opening the hip up. Bottom of your exhale, draw the left knee and shin across the body. Switch hands, holding on with your right hand. Drop the left arm to the left and twist. So now the left knee comes across to your own degree. And then focus on a long, full inhale. So breathe in through the crown of the head all the way down to the base of the spine. And elongate the whole nervous system. So you're breathing essentially down your spinal cord. Let go of your thoughts. Just feel your breath. Relax your shoulders. Relax the left glute. And on an inhale, left knee comes back to center. Exhale, release it out. Just see how this feels. Inhale, both knees come in towards your chest. Now hold on with each hand and let your knees fall wider than your rib cage. Low back is pressing down, hips are opening, shoulder blades are also connected to the floor. So you can stay here, okay? You can gently rock side to side if that feels good. Or you could take this into what's called happy baby. In that case, the soles of the feet point towards the sky, and you're holding on either behind your knees, drawing the knees down towards the chest, or you're holding on to your ankles. Same thing, drawing the ankles and the knees down towards the chest, or you're grabbing the soles of the feet. And as you open, as you continue to do this, you'll be able to get a deeper stretch, and eventually you'll be able to grab the sole of each foot while pressing the low back down at the same time. So wherever you are, breathe fully. The last thing we're going to do on our back, soften the low back, right? This is where cisterna chyli is, the low lymph. This is where it all comes together. So breathe in and breathe out. And just allow the breath to do the work. Exhaling, release this out. Bring knees to chest, extend your legs long, maybe take a full body stretch. And then when you're ready, either rock to one side and press yourself up, or just roll all the way up. Pause when you come to seated. See how you feel. When you feel ready, you're going to come right over to child's pose. So start with wrist underneath your shoulders, knees underneath your hips. Walk your knees as wide as they're going to go. Untuck your toes so the tops of the feet are flat on the floor, big toes touch. And then sink your hips back towards your heels. When they will not go any further, draw the forehead down either to the floor or to your forearms. And breathe. So child's pose is about opening the hips, but also being grounded. Okay, being connected to what centers you, what drives you. So forget about everything else. Let go of your thoughts. Let go of physically how you feel. And just feel your breath. Feel the low belly Draw down towards the floor as you inhale. And feel the ribs and the lungs expand out towards the sides of the room. All right, slowly press into your arms, come all the way back up. Wrists come underneath your shoulders. Walk your knees back underneath your hips. Your gaze is straight down. The crown of the head is drawing forward. Good. Shoulders are soft. Spread your fingers nice and wide. Okay. Press the finger pads down into the mat. Feel the thumb joint where it connects to the hand. Root that down. Okay, that's going to start to open your shoulders. From here, take your tailbone, stretch it up towards the sky, and then lengthen your sternum towards the front. So you're arching up. Broaden across the collarbones. Your neck could extend forward and up if there's space. Otherwise, just keep looking down. As you exhale, draw your hips underneath you, round your spine, relax your head and neck, just like a cat. And don't stop pressing until you get that space between the shoulder blades. All right, let's move. Inhale, arch it up, tailbone lifts, sternum draws forward. Exhale, round your spine, relax your head and neck, let all of that go. Inhaling, arching up, open up. Exhale, release it out. Come back to neutral. Walk your hands a few inches in front of your shoulders. We're going to draw down into our modified up dog. So walk your hands forward. Mine come about 6 inches forward, because when you draw forward, the shoulders over the wrists, from here you should be able to just release the hips down and draw all the way down to the mat. All right, so you're resting right on your belly. Your hands are next to your rib cage. Let the tops of the feet be flat. And then from here, draw your shoulder blades down your back. Hug your elbows in towards one another, but relax your shoulders. Relax your glutes, relax your low back. As you inhale, draw your heart forward and up. Come into cobra. All right, this is a back strengthener, so really soften your glutes. It's all about opening across the chest and strengthening the back. Breathe in and breathe out. On your next exhale, release your chest down to the mat. Just pause. Gather yourself. One more time. Inhale, heart draws forward and then up. And you can press into your hands here. If your arms straighten out, completely fine. Make sure there's no tension in the low back. Yes, it's a low back opener, but it's also, more importantly, a chest opener. So broaden through the collarbones, press the floor away, lengthen up and out, keep breathing. This time as you exhale, let your hips draw back, child's pose. Right where we started. Let your forehead come down, breathe in and breathe out. All right, we're going to move through that one movement, one breath. Inhaling all the way up, hands and knees. Exhale, let your hips drop down. Inhale, open across the chest, your back and your chest opener. And exhale, child's pose. Hips draw back, lengthen it out. Take one full breath. Inhaling all the way up, hands and knees. Exhale, release down to the mat. Inhaling, heart draws forward and up. Stretch your arms long. Exhale, hips draw back. Child's pose. One full breath. Last time, inhaling all the way up. Exhale, lower, reverse push-up. Come all the way down. Relax your glutes. Inhaling, stretching your heart forward and up. Exhale, hips draw back. Child's pose. Breathing in and breathing out. Relax your shoulders, let go of your thoughts. Just be with your breath. Inhaling back to hands and knees. From here, step your right foot forward. Hands are down on either side of that right foot, and your right ankle is underneath the right knee. So if you need to, extend the left knee back if you need to find more length. Good, just breathe. Feel how this feels. Breathe in and breathe out. Depending on what time of day, you do this practice, you might feel different here. Like after walking for a bit, your hips are going to feel more open than if you start this first thing in the morning. So soften the glutes, the low back, the sacrum. Relax that area. Let it draw down towards the floor. And as you inhale, Gabriel, lengthen the sternum forward. Draw the shoulder blades back. And exhale, straighten your right leg as long as you can. Hips draw back. Release your head and neck. Just breathe. See how this feels. Now we're getting through the hamstring, the back of the right knee, all the way down through the calf. Here we go. One movement, one breath. Let your breath initiate the movement. As you inhale, hips draw forward, heart lengthens up. As you exhale, hips draw back. Relax your head and neck. Inhaling all the way up. Soften the glutes. Exhale, lengthen back. Relax your head and neck. Inhaling, opening up. Bend into the right knee. Exhale, release it out. Straighten long through the right leg. Inhaling, opening up. Lengthen. Exhale, release it out. Let all of that go. Inhale back into the right knee. Pause here. We're going to twist. So root your left hand down underneath the shoulder. Spread your fingers nice and wide. And it's important to connect to the thumb joint here. That'll take the line of energy all the way up through the inner arm, through the inner pec. So bring your right hand to the right thigh. All you're going to do is twist. Wrap your right chest and shoulder open. Make sure you don't move the left hip. Okay? The twist happens through the mid-thoracic, the mid-spine, not the low back. And it's a lot of core. To hold you in this position, take some core work. So breathe in and breathe out. Relax your shoulders. And just try to find space across the chest. So from the left shoulder all the way across to the right, that's where you want to lengthen. Last full breath. Exhale, release that down. Right arm comes down, right foot comes back. Let's switch. Left foot steps forward. And find your length. I often have to move my back knee back so I can open my hips. Let's see how it fits you. Left ankle underneath the left knee. Your hands are on either side of that left foot. And then just see how this feels. Breathe into it. First time here on the left side. Relax anywhere you're holding tension. And let Let's start to move. Inhale. Lengthen your sternum forward. Open across the chest. Exhale. Straighten the left leg long. Everything comes back. Inhaling, opening up, bend into the left knee. Exhale, hips draw back. Lengthen all of that out. Inhaling and exhaling. Inhaling and exhaling. Pause here on the exhale, a straight or straight-ish left leg. Just breathe into this space, soften your shoulders, let go of the head and neck. And take your breath, breathe it into the back side of that left leg, the left hamstring where you feel this, breathe in. Just let all of the tension, the tightness, release and leave on the exhale. As you inhale, bend back into the left knee. Let's twist. So right hand underneath that right shoulder. Spread your fingers nice and wide. Root the thumb joint down. Bring your left hand to the top of the left thigh or quad. Okay, don't move your right hip. It's going to want to slide underneath you. Keep it square, pointing straight down towards the floor. And just wrap the left chest and shoulder open. Good. You start to engage your core right away. Core is basically holding you up. Good. Breathe when you get there, twisting as far as you can. It's really not far. Your shoulder moves maybe an inch or two. And then open across the chest. So from the right shoulder all the way up through the left. Breathe in space. Relax the shoulder blades down your back even here. And on your next exhale, left arm down. Step the left foot back. Good. We're going to bring this right into down dog. So wrist underneath the shoulders, start there, and then walk your hands in front of the shoulders. Hands are shoulders distance apart. Tuck your toes underneath you. Take your tailbone, lift it or arch it up towards the sky. And then from there, press your hips up and back, down dog. Feel it out. Okay, maybe calves are sore, maybe legs are tight. Who knows? Maybe you feel really open, but feel free to move and bend one knee and then the other if that feels best. Okay. Equal weight on both your hands. Relax your head and neck and look back towards your feet. So feet are hip distance apart. Okay. And make sure your heels are hidden back behind the second toe. Your heels like to draw in, which adds tension to the low back and keeps clenching sternochyly or the low lymph. So make sure your heels are straight back. Press out of your wrist, lengthen the tailbone up and back, and let your chest draw towards your thighs. That's what you feel in down dog. Good. Breathe in and breathe out. Your heels are not going to make it down to the mat right away. That's okay. Okay, that's not the point. What we want to feel is a long, long spine. And then as the legs open, as the hips open, your heels will eventually draw down as your knees straighten. Last full breath. Slowly walk your hands back towards your feet. I want you to use your core. Take it slow. Equal weight on both your feet as you do this. And you're coming to a forward fold. Feet are still hip distance apart. Check your heels. You can let your hands hang. You can grab opposite elbows. Your knees are as bent as you need them to be. And then from here, release the clasp, okay, if you grabbed opposite elbows. Walk your feet a foot or a foot and a half apart. Turn your toes out, and you're going to slowly lower into your squat. In yoga, this is called malasana or yogi squat. So you may not come all the way down. See how it feels, okay? Your hands may be on the floor and your hips Your glutes maybe trying to get down towards the heels. Just breathe wherever you are. 3 full breaths. Eventually, as everything opens for you, your hips draw down. You're squatting just as you would as a little kid if you were playing outside in the grass or the sandbox. Now, if you get to that point, you can bring your hands to center together, right at the center of your chest, and you can use that tension to press your knees and hips open. So the triceps or the elbows are on the inside, if that's the case. They're on the inside of the thighs. Last full breath. Exhale out, hands down if they're not already. Press your hips up, straighten your legs. Walk your feet back underneath the hips so they're hip distance apart. Just a forward fold. As you inhale, come halfway up and pause. Press your hands into your shins. Crown of the head draws forward. Shoulder blades draw down your back. You're trying to arch your upper back here. As you exhale, fold in. Take your time. Inhale all the way up. You're going to come all the way to standing. Reaching out and up. Exhale your hands to heart. Just pause. See how you feel. Notice the length through the legs. Notice the space across the chest. And then just come all the way down. Come down to the floor. Take a seated position. And close your eyes. Let your hands fall where they may. Let your spine be long. Feel that. Let your shoulder blades draw down your back. Okay. Let your heart be light. Relax your neck. And connect with your breath. So notice how it feels. Notice how it sounds. Because all this is every time is you with your breath on your mat. If any thoughts come into your head while you're seated here, let them float away. And then start to breathe in what you need, whatever that may be, whether it be healing, whether it be patience, compassion, strength. Just inhale it into each and every cell. And whatever you don't need, whatever doesn't serve you, frustration, anger, physical symptoms, let it out on the exhale. Last 3 breaths. To complete your practice, bring your awareness to something you're grateful for in this moment. Gratitude is one of the best healers. Take one last breath, seal everything in, and exhale out. Slowly open your eyes. Come back to your surroundings and just notice how you feel. So that concludes your yoga practice today. Feel free to do this one as often as you'd like, once a day, twice a day. It does not matter.